5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. Episode 7. Right? We are at
7, 8. We're cruising
We're
now.
cruising.
We're just
We're
hammering
cruising.
them out. We're hammering them out.
Driving down the highway, nice 50, miles
Yeah.
per hour.
Let's not go too fast. We don't got the license, remember?
Easy.
So let's keep
We are a little fried.
Let's keep it slow.
We are a little fried. We had a very busy, very busy week.
It has been a busy week.
Oh my God. We've been like dropping episodes every couple of days.
Exactly.
We haven't had one, the two of us, in a minute. So,
still working the day job too, doing this. So
yeah,
it's
you're still
been a
working
grind.
the day job.
It's been a grind, but it's been
Yeah.
fun. It's been fun, Dumbin.
And we've been lucky. We've been blessed with all the guests that have been coming into the show. Great conversations. We haven't been talking enough sports.
Not enough at all.
Yeah, that's why you and I are doing the one today. So let's go through the lineup. Usual suspects. Let's start with the first one. Beautiful Ollie. It's like beautiful Ollie in production. What up?
Hey, guys.
All right.
And you're gonna see that we don't edit. We leave it raw for you.
We don't.
We got Danny Blue Eyes as a co-host. And your host, Yassi, a.k.a. Frenchie.
The French man.
All right.
How you doing, man? How was your evening? How was your evening
It's been
last
long.
night?
It's been long, but
You been sleeping all right, or what's going on?
No, I haven't been sleeping. I haven't been sleeping much. Yesterday I didn't sleep till 4:30ish,
Sheesh.
and I woke up at like 9:30.
Okay.
So it's been yeah. Barely 5 hours of sleep every night.
Yeah, I stayed up till about midnight last night. Me and Mariah kind of been spamming this show lately. You know the show? It's called Alone. Have you heard of it before?
Alone.
Alone.
No. Ali? Usually Ali is very good at
Alone.
this stuff.
It's the one. It's like Naked and Afraid, but you're not naked and you're
Yeah,
not
basically
afraid.
what they do
You
is
get to pick like certain things to bring with you, right?
you get 10 items to bring. They throw you in the Arctic in like Alaska, Canada. All you have is 10 items, right? All you
Okay.
could bring is 10 items, and they drop you off. And the last person to survive the Arctic in the forest wins $500K.
Wait, so how do people give up? They just get tired. They're like,
Well,
"We're
yeah,
done."
basically they call the station and they come and pick you up. They'll be like, "No, what? I haven't eaten in a week. I'm having trouble hunting. I can't find fish." They call them. They say, "Hey, come take me out." So only the strongest survive. So me and Mariah always choose a candidate at the beginning of the show.
Does it get dirty between candidates?
Well, no, because they're put in different spots. They're put in different spots. Like, like the first few candidates that fell off, like there were bears in their campground, like outside their tent.
Okay.
And they called right away. They said, "Hey, get me the hell out of here." Bears, coyotes. One guy killed this a wolverine. Basically, it was a wolverine. He threw an axe at him and killed it, and then cooked it up and ate it.
Savage.
A
Savage.
wolverine?
He killed a wolverine.
Those things are really feisty.
So
I gotta watch this one.
Dude, it's actually really good. It's real life. You could see how scared people are. But I chose the winner at the beginning of the episode, so now Mariah's got to take me out to a nice dinner.
Oh, shit.
She was pretty salty. Actually, our two that we chose were the final two.
Oh,
so they were going
really?
up against each other, yeah. And they lasted, I believe it was like 58 days or something.
Is it on Netflix or?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. They posted up on Netflix.
Okay.
Really good show.
All right. I think I'm definitely gonna start watching it today.
You
actually,
do.
I was looking for
real
good
life.
shows.
It's scary.
I was looking for good shows. Lot of shows were going.
Would you do that, by the way? Put in the force.
See, here's the
500K
thing.
is
Here's the
500K.
thing. I would do it if it was in some island. And I'm not talking about the weather. If it's hot, you throw me in like a, an island,
Excuse
the
me?
beach.
Camping and you do not go together.
No, I would do it.
no,
I would do it.
No.
You're too bougie, man. You're way too
No.
bougie.
I
The
would
first
do
time
it.
he had to
The
be
whole
in the
thing, it's
woods.
Alaska. I don't know if I'll be able to do it in Alaska.
Would you
no.
try, though? Would you try?
No, because when I try, I like to finish. I'm gonna
So
go
he'll
all the
die
way.
before he'll quit.
Yeah,
What?
I won't quit. That phone call will not be made. That's
shit.
very clear. That will not.
You're gonna be one of the few
The
people that
coyotes will
actually
eat
die.
the crap out of me before. No way.
Okay.
No.
But there's going to be an issue when it comes to bathroom stuff.
Oh,
They're going to have to like build a bathroom because he's not
I'm a
about going behind
survivor.
a tree though.
It's tough. They have to
Oh, I
build
know.
fire on
I
their
know.
own.
That's why I don't go.
everything.
That's why I never camped in my
man.
life.
Were you
The
Boy
whole
Scouts?
thing is.
Oh no. I was
Anybody
not
do
a
Boy Scouts?
Scout, no.
I
Not
think I
my
did
thing.
brownies and that's as far
Oh,
as
you
I
did the
got.
brownies?
Just
Yeah,
like the
no.
little girl one.
Yeah, dude, I don't. It's just the only problem is, like she said, bathroom problem. But
Yeah.
I don't mind. I'll learn how to survive, I guess, per se.
Maybe
But-
you'll become desensitized, like after a little
Yeah.
while.
But like I'm saying, it'll be better if.
I mean, this guy, the winner came out. He lost 40 pounds. Full facial beard.
Oh, there we go. That's a nice
everything,
diet
blonde hair.
option.
Yeah. Well, you have no choice. You're
Yeah.
only eating.
Well, you're not eating
stuff.
much.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
eating
yeah.
what you find. That's it.
He
Right.
ate like a fish every few days, and that was about it. But full beard,
Damn.
full everything.
Man. So all they
Come on,
do is
looking
just
like,
call. They
Tom
come and pick
Hanks
them
in
up.
Castaway.
So hold on. Let me ask you this. So with the Bears and stuff, what if they really get hurt? Do they sign a waiver?
Yeah, I'm sure they sign a waiver. If
Oh,
you
damn.
get moked, you get moked.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Have you ever heard of that Grizzly Man documentary about the guy who went to live with the big Kodiak bears in like the Pacific Northwest,
have
and he got
not.
eaten by bears?
Oh
No,
man, that sounds
never heard
terrible.
about that either.
It's supposed to be really, really good though. You don't see anything. There's no like they have the footage, but they don't play it.
Okay.
And it is voiceovered by Werner Herzog, that really German
Oh, yeah, I've
guy
heard
that
of the
has
guy.
that
Yeah, yeah.
voice. He's
Okay.
got like one of them golden voices, you know.
Okay.
Yassi,
Okay.
you know who it was. You'd know who it was if you heard it, Yassi.
Who?
Werner Herzog.
I don't know who you're talking about. So I'm not gonna lie and pretend like I know the guy when I
I'll
don't.
show you later. I'll show you later.
All right, but I don't know who you're talking
Either
about.
way, watch the show. Highly recommend it.
What's it called
again? I will.
definitely. It's called Alone.
The loan.
Alone.
Alone. I'm sorry.
Alone. You're all alone, man. No
Have
one
you,
to call.
have you ever
alone.
watched Naked and Afraid?
I've seen
heard
it
of
a
that
little
one,
bit.
too.
We're starting this conversation. All
right.
right, let's jump into some sports.
hearing it. We're
We're
hearing
gonna be like,
somewhere
have you
else.
watched this? Have you watched that?
We're gonna keep talking about what we
all
watched
day.
on Netflix.
Let's go in some sports, and let's start with some UFC Fight Island. Let's do a recap.
Ooh, that was a fun night, huh?
It was a
fun night.
You know, a lot of good fights. Besides the one that was supposed to be good.
Well, we predicted that to be a snooze fest.
We
remember?
did. We
Reel back that footage. We knew Usman would come out and kind of
that was the
tippy-toe.
only one that I think we
tippy-toe
messed up.
right
I think
around
we called
No,
the main card.
we said I said Usman by decision, but
You did say Usman by decision? Okay.
I said that's the smart money,
Got it.
but obviously we bet on Jorge because
Right.
he's a lot more fun.
So let's go to Rosie dominated.
Oh, that was probably a fight of the night.
Was it?
Rose Namunjas versus
Yeah,
Andrade. Both of them were.
No, both of them. No, she was, she
I mean,
she
Rose took a
played
beating,
super
too.
smart. Oh, she took a beating big time, but she came in smart. She did not want the same thing to happen as to what happened to her the last fight. She didn't want to get dropped on her head.
Mm-hmm.
She was watching out from the the big shots and stuff. She still took a beating in her face.
She did.
But then,
was close.
Man, it was a
a close fight.
No, I mean, it
think
wasn't
Rose,
a
yeah.
close fight. No,
No,
I don't think it was a close fight.
Yeah,
I
it was
think
a split decision. Rose won.
I don't know how it was a split decision because you could tell that Rose won the first, at least. The
Yeah,
first,
but Andrade
the first
had those more power shots. When she hit Rose,
yeah.
it shook her.
Oh, yeah,
It shook her.
Oh, that's very true.
Rose was jabbing and moving nicely. She looked light on her
moved
feet.
very nicely. I was worried in the end of the third round for her.
Oh, I was too.
Yeah, she was a little.
We were all
yeah,
geeking
yeah.
out there. We all had Rose.
She was
on
shaking.
there on that
She was
money line,
shaking with
so.
some couple big shots. But man, oh man, that was a
That was
good
a great fight. That was a great fight.
My favorite fight of the night was the Pierre fight. Because
Oh.
that one had us on the edge of our seat the whole
What's the bet
night.
you had, Tyler? Let's
We
hear
had
it.
him winning by KO or TKO. And Peter Yan is dominating all 4 rounds. The 5th round.
Although, give Aldo maybe one round, maybe round 3. Aldo started.
Maybe, a
maybe,
little bit.
yeah.
But
He
I
got-
wouldn't say that Aldo dominated any of the rounds. Yeah, he maybe won
Yeah,
a
he
round.
did.
But
Yeah.
Peter Yan, even if he came down to decision, Peter Yan would have been winner for sure. And the 5th round comes, and I'm like, I hope he's gonna finish him. I just hope he
Begging for
finishes
that
him.
knockout,
And he was
begging
like,
for it.
and he was about to finish him in the 3rd round, in the 4th round, the 5th round, and I'm like, oh, come on, he's gotta do it now. He's gotta do it now. And then he doesn't do it until like a minute before a 5-round
I think there's 90
bout.
seconds left, right?
That was like a minute or minute
yeah,
something.
minute
yeah,
30,
yeah, but
something
it was
like that.
he literally waited till the last minute in like whatever seconds.
Well, he didn't. The ref
But,
did.
yeah, and the ref did not want to call
I
it.
thought they were gonna call it 2 minutes before. Yeah,
I don't know what it was
back of
taking
his
way
head
too
was
long.
pounding.
Yeah, it
Pounding.
was taking way too.
Just the look
long.
on your face, you're like, call it.
I'm like,
call
freaking
it.
call it! Like, what are you waiting
I
for?
wish we would have recorded our actions.
Yeah,
on Saturday,
we should
just
actually
as-
do a fight where we're just recording
Yeah,
everybody's face. But no, I mean, I thought the ref took too long. Do you think the ref took too long?
Oh, way too long. Yeah, I think Aldo wasn't really defending himself. Maybe he had a light hand on the back of his head, but it was just
Right.
it was just
just not
hunting
pretty.
season for.
It was just not
I
pretty.
mean, the brain damage he incurred in those last
Right,
few minutes. Just,
right.
It kind of felt for Aldo a little bit.
Man, the refs needs to be better because that's someone's life in your hand.
But
You need to be better. And Aldo was taking a beating the whole fight, and I get it. Whatever. I know some fighters came back from it and whatever, and they won the fight. But you gotta be better because Aldo was not protecting himself for a good minute,
Yeah, those
minute
shots
and
to the
a
back
half.
of the head, you just
To
kind
the
of.
back of the head, just.
That's the point.
you know,
Even though you're betting on the guy, we
down,
were still
like-
cringing for Aldo. You
It
know,
was
You're
even
like,
for me at one point. I swear,
you wanted to
forget the
smack
bet,
the-
forget
yeah,
the money.
you just-
I'm like, dude, like,
All right, each blow's a lot of brain cells you're not
A
getting
lot
back.
of brain
You're not
cells,
getting
man.
them back.
you're not gonna.
That's the thing.
Then we have
The-
the most controversial maybe fights of the night.
Oh my God! It ruined our hot streak. We were
Yeah,
on
we were on a
fire.
good streak.
We were
Yeah,
on fire.
Holloway
We nailed the
versus
first one.
Volkanovski.
Yeah.
Damn,
We
that-
had that prelim knockout too. Remember?
We did,
yeah.
yes. Oh, that guy. Oh, I don't even
Remember?
yeah, that
Wasn't
guy was-
defending his face.
He was
but
trash, by the way. He
Who
did
cares?
win by a knockout.
knockout was plus 280,
But
which we did hit.
let's go back to the Holloway fight. What'd you think of that fight?
I thought it was a really good fight.
So
Personally,
I watched it like 3 times.
Personally, I had Holloway winning 3-2. I thought he won the first 3 rounds.
Okay.
And then you definitely saw.
Yeah, that's what everybody thought.
Volkanovski,
Everybody
yeah,
had Holloway winning the
first 3 rounds,
Yes.
and then he kind of eased up a little bit. Volkanovski took the last 2 pretty clearly.
I don't know about pretty clearly.
Not clearly,
yeah,
but
it was very
he won.
close.
They were
so
close still, but
I'd say some even gave another round to Holloway, which would have been 4-1. I don't know how that completely went the other side to 3-2.
Yeah.
Volkanovski.
I don't know. I never know how that happens. It seems to happen a lot in the UFC, especially with the judges. Doesn't matter what the majority of the audience scores it. There always seems to be a little
I will give
controversy.
Dana this, and Dana's not one. I think he's the greatest promoters of our era. And when I used to hear him come out and say, you should never leave it to these guys. And I'm like,
Well,
of course you want a
can, yeah.
knockout. It's your sport. You want people coming and swinging for the fences. Absolutely. It's going to make you more money. But now it makes sense. You honestly can't leave it to these guys. You went
can't.
through a rough camp. You're cutting weight. You're working out. You're doing this. You're doing that. You can't leave it.
Then
to
it
the
comes
judges.
down to what? 3 judges.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's
3
it.
judges. That's all it comes down to.
That probably have never fought a day in their lives.
No.
Not once.
Mhm.
I'm just saying. I'm not. But I'm just saying you're leaving it to 3 guys that have never been in any physical altercation ever in their lives. So it just doesn't make any
That was
sense.
a big money swing. We had Holloway. I know I had a couple $100 on Holloway
Yeah,
in the decision.
yeah.
So when it came down
Right,
to
so
the
we won
decision-
money from the Peter Yan, and then we put that into the Holloway fight.
Mhm.
Well, I put some of it on the Holloway fight, and then I put the rest on
The snooze fest.
the snooze fest on Jorge Masvidal. All right, let's go down to that one.
All right, let's go to that.
Give me
one.
your thoughts on it.
You know what? I honestly thought Usman wasn't that dominant.
wasn't.
He just.
But that's how.
Of course, he made the fight ugly, like we did predict.
Right.
We said he's going to bring it to the ground.
Right.
He's going to grapple Jorge as much as he can, and that's exactly what he did.
Well, it's not okay. Who's to blame here? Are we gonna blame Usman for it?
No, you can't blame Usman for
Right.
it. But I mean,
Do you know who I'm blaming?
who?
Jorge.
How? Jorge did his best. He got a few
I
jabs in
get
there.
it.
He got a few
Jorge
strikes in
did
there.
his best or whatever, but Jorge knew what was coming.
He did.
It's not like he woke up, that morning and was like, "Oh no, I think Usman is gonna come. We're gonna have
Of course, yeah.
we're gonna have a smashing fight over here. We're gonna
Mhm.
stand." And no, he knew the fight was going to the ground. He knew Usman was gonna take him to the ground. Usman did the same thing with Woodley. The same thing.
Yep.
Woodley's
Mhm.
great, much better than Jorge in the ground, but Usman still dominated Woodley on the
Of
ground.
course, yeah. I mean, I think Jorge exactly knew what was coming, but Usman's credit, like Jorge knew what was coming, but he still was able to control the fight the way he wanted.
So do you blame the one? He didn't blame the 1 week notice.
No, not at all. Yeah,
he took it like a man.
Of course he did.
Like Usman came and fought a beautiful fight.
But you can tell Jorge's not scared of him at all.
Oh no, he wasn't.
And
scared.
Most people really shouldn't be too scared of Usman. He's not really the. I mean, yeah, he's gonna control the fight, but know what? I mean, in the end, he's not gonna sell the tickets like Jorge.
He messed Kobe up.
That's true. He did.
He broke his jaw. So no, he can be a very dangerous man. Let's be very clear. Usman is no joke either.
You just got to be hesitant putting him in
he just
main
knew
event again.
That Jorge is the real deal. He knew Jorge could knock him out if he does. Everything was planned. He did not move without planning it, if that makes any sense.
No, I get what you're saying, yeah.
So he knew that any mistake with Jorge, he'd be on the ground knocked out.
Now, do you think, would you be hesitant put Usman on like the main event card again? Or?
Oh, not at all.
No,
he can sell. He can sell.
Can
Absolutely, I put him.
It seemed like he was trying a little too hard, came out, dancing
depending
a
who's
little
his
bit,
dancing partner is again. You know what I mean? Like, if we're talking about him and Kobe sold, man.
I mean,
but again, Kobe have a lot of people that love him, and Kobe have a lot of people that hate him. So a lot of people are gonna watch that fight. I know what you're saying. Okay. In a way, you're kind of saying is Usman turning into a Woodley, because that was Woodley's problem. Woodley, a lot of people called him boring.
The style of his fights just don't sell tickets. I understand nothing against him as a fighter. Yes, he's gonna go down as one of the greatest champs of all time. But it doesn't sell tickets.
I don't agree with you on this point, and here is why. Because you think everyone that goes to the ground has a similar style. Let me ask you this question: do you think Usman and Khabib got the same style?
No, Khabib's more of a mauler, though.
Okay.
I do like Khabib's style a lot more.
Because you used to think that Khabib's style was boring at one point.
At times, it's a little bit boring. Yeah, it gets a little,
But you do know that Khabib is the second highest pay-per-view person in the company. It's Conor than Khabib. Literally. And it's so funny because I didn't know that. And Dana White came to, what was it, First Take, I believe? Or, I don't know, one of the sports shows. And he was like, he wants to make, talking about John Jones. He's like, because they asked him about John Jones. Of course, Dana's going to always get asked about John Jones. Because he came out and said he's probably one of the best to ever do it in the business.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Oh, yeah.
Then pay him like one. All right. So he came out to First Take, I believe, and they asked him, about the problems with John Jones and whatever. And he was like, he wants that Conor and Khabib money, but he's not selling that much pay-per-views. And I'm like, damn, Khabib is like that. Huh? Your thoughts on that, man? Khabib is selling more pay-per-views. I mean, but I do understand why, because Khabib, not only that he's got a lot of following here in the U.S., Khabib got a lot of following all over the world.
Place. And it also helps he's in a very popular weight class as well, man. Too. I mean... everyone knows Conor could sell his own tickets. I mean, the draw for that is
Conor's mouth could sell tickets. Khabib doesn't promote like Conor does, and he still sells a lot of tickets. So, which actually brings me to my next point. I had a question for you. We saw that in the end of Jorge versus Usman's fight, they shook hands, they had a little conversation.
Yeah, of course.
They were asked about that later on, and he was like, dude, we don't got to bash each other to sell pay-per-views anymore.
Yeah, okay.
So, do you feel like the Conor's way is necessary to sell pay-per-views?
It's not necessary, but it's what the people want to see. I mean, that's how I got into the UFC with Conor, with those extravagant, weigh-ins and press conferences. I mean, that's going to draw... Okay, you have your hardcore UFC fighter fans who are all tactical, you're going to win points on the ground here, win there. But for the neutral fan... to lure more people into UFC, it's going to be the way, the style that Conor fights, the style that Jorge fights, the BMF.
Where do you draw the line, though?
Well, you don't need to draw the line.
Well, because Conor doesn't draw a line.
Exactly.
Conor goes after your wife, after your kids. He goes after everyone.
It's fighting. It's promoting.
Yeah, but I feel like it's too much, man.
I mean, Mayweather made a
He doesn't...
Yeah, okay, maybe he did cross the line, but one of the lines that I love that he said was, love me or hate me, you're still going to bet on me.
Oh,
That's it.
Yeah.
That's how much of a great promoter he was.
Oh no,
you know?
I think Floyd is one of the greatest promoters ever.
Yeah,
too.
of course,
definitely.
yeah.
He could sell fights.
Because near the end of the
whether you thought it was boring or not. Here's the thing about
Well, he
Floyd.
was boring.
Whether you yeah,
near the
great.
end of his career, yeah.
No, he was always boring.
Well, he knocked out people at a decent clip.
When?
In his first,
In like the first
Yeah,
2 years of his
okay.
career? What are we talking about? When was? Can we look at when was the? Besides Conor, because again, it's boxing versus MMA guy. Could we please check when was the last time Floyd knocked someone out before the Conor fight? But going back to the Floyd thing, Floyd, you'll watch his fights because, like he said, whether you love him or hate him, you're going to bet. Either for him or against him, but you're going to bet on that game and you're going to watch that game.
And most of it
because people. Yeah, go ahead.
No, most of it. I feel like, especially near the end of his career, people are watching
To see him get knocked out.
To get him knocked
Oh,
out.
absolutely.
Yeah, people
But you're still watching.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
because they hated him that much. They wanted to see him take a big right hook to the face.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
what you know.
But no, I think Conor is becoming like that, like Floyd. Well,
I don't even know where Conor is right now, to be honest. I mean,
do you think he's coming back?
I do think eventually he's coming
Think
back.
so?
I don't think he'll ever get back to the top again. I think he kind of lost that hunger or will per se. But
With all the money he made from the Floyd fight? Oh, that's a good move.
when you have that type of money, do you really need to fight and risk your face and your brain and shorten your life? I mean, you have all that money to sit on. That's probably the main motivation for fighters.
It depends what
when
kind
they
of
get into
person you
business.
are, because I'll give you Floyd. Floyd is still fighting. Well, he's still
Okay,
putting
but-
himself out there.
But I mean, boxing is a lot different than MMA. Like,
How?
Floyd's-
You could still get hurt in
Okay,
boxing.
Floyd's
Look
not
at
gonna
Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali, God rest his soul. He was one of the greatest boxers to ever do
I
it.
mean, the weight division that Floyd's in, he's not gonna go out there. I mean, that's a
Doesn't
big
matter.
difference. Wait, does it matter? Look at the
They're
the
still
140
smaller dudes.
Okay, and you got fucking in the heavyweights, George Foreman and Frazier. Man, that's a lot
Oh, no.
different from a right hook. From
I
you know.
agree.
So the last time, sorry to interrupt, but the last time that he knocked someone out, like KO, he knocked out Victor Ortiz in the 4th round on September 17th,
Okay, and that was such a
2011.
BS
That was-
fight.
yeah,
that
I
was a
remember
BS
that.
fight. Okay, never mind.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
the other ones were rounded 12-round victories.
Right, all of them are 12
Yeah,
round
most of
victories. I think
them.
the other
He's-
time was like
let me
first 2
see,
3
hold on.
years of his
So
career.
he did.
But Victor Ortiz, remember what happened?
Oh,
He
I
tried
know.
to like
I
go
do.
for the. I
And
know
then
Victor
there's
Ortiz
a
give him a
pause,
low
yeah.
blow. Floyd complained to the ref. Ortiz went to apologize,
Yeah,
and then Floyd
knocked him
boom,
out,
boom,
yeah.
like oh
That was
Jesus
kind of
Christ.
bogus,
Yeah, that
yeah.
was
He's only
super
had
bogus.
one KO before that, and that was in 1999.
There you go. I told
rest
you.
of them
I
are
told
TKOs
you.
and,
He's not
victories.
known for like a knock for knocking
Of
out
course,
people
okay.
ever. So let's talk about the UFC card today.
All right, let's
Do you-
give it a go.
You have some picks today, or do you?
I
do
just
you
have a
any
few
picks?
picks. You
Okay.
know, I mean, obviously the card isn't terrific.
No, it's not.
Just overlooking it. What?
I looked at it earlier and I'm like, I'm not gonna put any picks on this.
Oh,
one.
you're like,
on this.
not betting,
Too boring.
not a gambling man tonight.
No, absolutely not. There's no
Okay.
one. I mean, worth the gamble. I am going to be excited to look at the.
I mean, at least the main card. I mean, Ige versus Qatar is still going to be a pretty good fight, which
Right.
I do think. I mean, both of these guys. I mean, just looking at the records yourself, I think it is going to be a good fight. Who do you have in that fight? Who would you think?
Qatar, just because of the way he.
Now, Qatar fought back in, what was it, May? Is that correct? Right? I think he
Yep.
fought May. It was UFC 249, where
Yep, with the
he just
way-
kind of destroyed Stevens,
He
right?
didn't destroy him.
He destroyed him,
He
right?
didn't destroy him. I think he ended his career, but that's just me. I don't know. Like, and Stevens came out of that fight. He was swinging for the fences, and you wanted to get the knockout. I did not see it going the other way, and Qatar messed him up. I do see Qatar.
Qatar's got that power. Everyone knows
does.
he's got
He
that
lost
power.
a couple of fights in the last couple of years. I believe he lost he lost to Zabit into
yeah,
in
but still a hell of a
2019.
fighter, though.
Zabit, I
Yeah.
think it's about
Mhm.
time.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, of course.
to get the belt around his.
So
waist, that's
Vegas,
for sure.
Vegas has Qatar right now as minus 270 as a favorite. Would you
Yeah,
agree with that?
makes
So you
sense.
got about $270 just to
To
get
win
back
100,
100. Yeah,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It is a 5-round fight, though. my UFC insider.
Any main
He
card,
says the
right.
one bet. He does think Qatar's going to win the fight, but he thinks he's going to win by decision, though, on the points. He thinks he's going to keep Ige up, winning the
Are we talking
striking.
about Miguel?
Yeah.
You mentioned his name.
I did, yeah.
You
of
mentioned
course.
his name in the last podcast.
so
He's
we
not
took-
so unknown anymore. But there's a lot of
he's still-
Miguels in the world.
That
So
is
shout
true.
out to our Miguel.
Miguel won us a lot of money the other night. He went 5 of 6 on his bets. So
Wait. He
on
went.
Saturday night,
How?
he chose 5 of 6.
Oh, did you? Okay, so which was no? You lost the Jorge and you lost the Hollywood.
I told him that he bet on Usman by decision.
Oh, he did.
Remember, I said that Usman by
that's
decision. He had Rose. He had the prelim knockout. So it was.
That makes sense.
It was a good night.
So he had
also
5 out of
a-
6. That's
and,
not
yeah.
bad. So the one
5
I'm
out of
guessing
6.
that last time was the Holloway fight.
And that was it. The only loss from him was the Holloway fight, which we know.
So what is we're gonna
What-
call him
what's-
something. We're gonna put something on Miguel. Should we?
He's on fire right now.
Should
His
we call
picks
him
are
Random
on
Miguel?
fire.
We gotta give him a nickname too.
His picks are on fire. I don't know. So,
So what is he saying about tonight?
right now, it's saying just take Qatar. I think the fight's going to go the distance. Qatar and Ige. Right now, the fight to go the distance is plus 120. Qatar to win by decision is plus 195. That may be your best bet.
Okay.
Just a little fun bet. Kind of long shot here.
Okay.
It is on the main card. It's El Hassan versus Lazez.
I was waiting for that one. The Tunisian dude.
So
Yes.
El Hassan is actually minus 350 for tonight.
You think
He
he's
hasn't
gonna lose?
fought. He actually
He
hasn't
hasn't fought
fought
the
in
UFC.
22 months.
Yeah.
Interesting. He's actually facing Lazez, whose UFC debut.
Okay.
You do. I mean,
They're
usually.
both having their debut.
Yeah. Well, I mean, El Hassan hasn't fought in 2 years.
Okay.
Which you have to see is some rust there. Lazez hasn't fought UFC yet, but in 9 fights he has 8 knockouts. And Lazez to knock him out tonight is at plus 600. So $100 does get you back 600. We're predicting here that Al Hassan is going to come out a little rusty, 2 years off out of the rink. Lazez has some pretty good power, 8 knockouts in 9 fights. I mean, a plus 600
But his
is
debut
worth
in
a
the
shot.
UFC, what was he before?
Exactly.
Was he in kickboxing?
Yeah, he was in kickboxing. He still has strong power though. 9-1 overall.
Right.
8 knockouts.
That's not bad.
At plus 600 for a fighter who hasn't fought in 2 years. Especially at that type of weight class,
Is
a
that
few
a 3-round
punches.
bout?
Yeah, it's a 3-round bout, but at plus 600,
Yeah,
there's
I
a lot of
agree.
value.
Yeah, it's a lot of
There's a
dough.
lot of value there. So, I mean, I'm
Please
gonna
don't go bet in your houses or
No, this is all for casual.
This is
betting.
us just us talking
All for
about what we
casual.
do,
That's
in
it.
our
Exactly.
spare time. So okay.
Obviously, this card.
So those are two fights that you like.
Those are 2 fights that I'm probably going to bet on. The other fights, all of these fights are pretty close. You got the Benoit and Elliott fight. They're minus 120, minus 130.
Right. They've been losing both.
Exactly.
fights
They've both
lately,
been
so,
losing.
right.
That one's kind of hard to bet on.
Right.
Majority of these fights are going to be close, though.
Okay.
Vegas has no one favored by more than the minus 270 mark. So
Okay.
I think
Got it.
even though these fighters aren't the best per se, it's not the best card in the world. I
Right.
think there's going to be
Well,
some good fights. though.
It's a Wednesday card.
But
You know
then
what I
again,
mean?
it's Wednesday night.
It's a Wednesday
We
card.
could enjoy a glass of whiskey and make a few bets.
There you go.
That's all that matters, right?
What time does the card start?
Main card starts at 7 p.m. Pacific time.
There you go.
So for all you East Coast people, I don't know if you're going to be staying up for it. I don't know
For
if I
9
would,
o'clock,
but,
yeah, that'd
but
be
we are
9,
here
10
in
o'clock,
beautiful
yeah.
California, so I'm hoping you make some steaks for us and we could enjoy the fight.
We will.
All
We will
right.
definitely get some
All
steaks
right.
going.
All right, I'm so.
All
I'm
right,
staying
yeah,
here,
we got
man.
some filet mignon
Yeah,
for
I saw
Saturday.
you cooking that on your Snapchat. the
Again,
other day.
yesterday.
I'm
I
like,
cooked
what the-
them yesterday. I've
what
been
the-
cooking
what the hell
steaks
was
for
it?
the last 3 days.
Yeah, you've
It
been on
was
that
so
heavy steak
good.
diet.
It was so good.
Yeah,
It was
but-
delicious.
Yeah, those filet
Did you
mignon.
make it super well done like you always do? Or?
I did
No,
it as
it
a
was-
medium.
it was
It
medium
was
well.
like medium
So
well.
you're medium now. You used to be well done heavy.
Well, the
on
filet
your steak.
mignons are very tricky to cook on the barbecue.
Yeah, they just need a
You
few
gotta give
minutes
them
each
time.
side.
It's just a thing because because if you cook them too much, their juiciness just
Well,
goes away.
obviously,
Right.
that's why you just want a few sides on each.
Right. Right.
Remember
So-
the steak you gave me on Saturday?
He looked raw, and I was not happy about giving it to you. And he's like, "No, that's
No.
how I like to eat it." And I'm like, "Dude, that's
I want
raw."
it dripping
He's
with
like,
blood.
"He's like,
I
no,
want it
it's
dripping.
not dripping enough." I'm
It's
like,
not- Not true.
Okay.
Go get another cop.
Go to the jungle. All right. Let's switch in gear from UFC. Let's go into...
What else is going on out there?
First of all, let's see, because I want to keep my time all right. So how long have we been in so far?
30 minutes.
30 minutes. Cool.
solid.
Perfect.
Okay.
So very cool. Alrighty. So let's talk about some NFL stuff.
Ooh, what's going on out there?
Redskins finally changed their name.
Not officially yet, right?
Well, no, officially they dropped the Redskins.
Okay,
they
so
haven't picked a new one yet.
Yeah, they dropped it.
It's been 87 years.
That's a long time.
It is a long time.
That is a long
87
time.
years. So I was looking at a chart, and everyone, like, the Blackhawks, one of them, because the Black and Hawks were like two separate names, and I believe like 20 years ago, 10 years ago, they put it the same name. So, and this is the longest running organization that kept the same name for this long.
It's a long time, 87 years.
Snyder did not want to budge.
No, yeah.
He took all the sponsors coming in and being like, hey, Pepsi was like, we're going to pull out. Like, we're just giving
his
you
hand was forced.
Oh,
He's not doing this because
Big time.
he cares about the racial issues or the racial slur that it provides.
No, he doesn't. And I think, people should be mad about it. I'm not going to lie. I mean, you told me last time, you said that he came out and said
that. Yeah,
what did he say?
That. He said, as long as my family owns it, we're not changing the name. Well, once you lose a few sponsors worth a couple,
you change the name. Look at how that happens real quick.
It changes real quick. I mean, you got any ideas? What? Give me your best shot. What are you gonna name it if you had to name it?
I don't, but I did read a story that someone went and bought a lot of good copyright names years ago, and he's like, "I'll be happy to give it free to the Washington Redskins."
Free?
Yeah, free.
Wow.
That's how big of a fan.
So you
got
to copyright the name, and then you could sell it.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
really,
like say you wanted to copyright the Washington seals.
You could copyright
like
that. A lot of people do that for a living. They do that with websites too. They go and they just buy all the websites they can, all the domains they can.
I did hear some traction on Twitter, the Red Wolves. That's what there was going on. I don't know if it's true or not.
The Red Wolves?
Yeah, that it was just getting traction.
So the Washington Red Wolves.
Yeah, I heard it was getting
be bad, actually. That'd be catchy.
Cool,
I like it.
A little red, like wolf.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I like it.
You go to the stadium, you got the wolf howling in the background.
I like it.
Maybe, right?
I like it.
I don't know.
I
think
like
it's
it.
good.
Red Wolves, the Washington Red Wolves. Give them a little something. It's not bad.
A little
different.
bit. I know.
It's a little different.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. You got Myles Garrett.
Oh, man.
So have you heard?
Oh, yeah, you got paid.
Well, not yet. They're closing the deal, though.
They're closing the deal.
125 mil.
They're closing the deal, yeah.
And he's going to be the highest non-QB to get paid.
Sad, isn't
Fair?
it? Isn't it?
Or not fair?
What do you mean fair? He almost took off Mason Rudolph's head.
Just
He
asking.
used a weapon.
Fair or
What
not
kind of
fair?
message does that send?
125
The last time
5 years.
he played football, he was a barbarian running with a helmet trying to take off Rudolph's head, and then he gets paid in the offseason. How great is that for him?
You know what's the problem?
Well, it shows...
He's actually getting paid more than Aaron Donald. And I believe that Aaron Donald's much better than him.
Oh, yeah, Aaron Donald is... He's a freak.
I'm just saying.
He's a freak, yeah.
Like, I just think Aaron
You know
Donald's
what, though?
much better than him.
If we're just speaking play-wise, I mean, Myles Garrett's still only a few years in the league. He's still a beast coming off the end. I think he's a top 10 pass rusher in the league for sure. You know pass rushers are going to make that kind of money. It's just sad to see that he got that kind of money after his, incident with Mason. That's all it really came down to.
Really? So you think he got paid because of the...
No, he didn't get paid because of it.
Right.
I was just saying it was sad to see him get a big contract. 'Cause
After the
obviously he
incident,
lost
right.
a lot of fans after that incident.
Yeah,
You know?
he did.
Mhm.
But... Okay, so you're mad because he... Okay, so
I'm
the
not
incident
mad.
happened. Okay, I'm not mad,
Yeah,
but you think
you
it's
know.
not fair. But as a Browns fan, should you be happy?
I don't
Because
know.
he actually did his job. He took off.
Oh, yeah,
Rudolph's
of course
hat.
he did his
I'm just
job,
saying,
but-
like us, we're not Browns fans. I get it, but
Of course. I mean, it definitely. I mean, you look at him, you know he's got to have some kind of character issues if someone's gonna do that, chase someone with a helmet. I mean, right? Would you not
you're
say
talking
that?
now. I
That
get it. I get
shows-
it. You're talking as a humane
So-
kind of thing. Got it.
As a Browns, as a Browns fan, I would be happy that he's on our team, but I would still also be worried that another incident on or off field is gonna happen down the road.
What is he? Well, yeah. Does he
I mean,
have-
look at
right.
Ndamukong Suh. How many times did he get suspended because he kicked someone in the balls or he viciously threw someone down.
Right.
I mean, I could see future suspensions happening for Garrett, so
Right.
and I can't say I don't want to say congratulations for getting paid. I don't.
All right. Well, I got a funny one for you.
All right.
Bill Belichick. He did a commercial with Subway.
Did he really?
Yeah, so he
No
just
way.
shot it. It's not out yet.
Oh, have you
but
seen it? Have
no,
they
no.
shown
So
it?
they shown some footage from them filming it and stuff, and he looked like he was having fun with it.
Really?
He looked like he was smiling,
Commercial, huh?
and he looked like a different Belichick.
Did he do it with the old Subway Jared? Or?
No. No,
I could see
I think that guy's gonna be gone for a
Controversial,
long time.
right?
Not unless he's doing it in prison. I think that guy's in
Oh
prison,
yeah, I
isn't he?
think Jared's.
Oh yeah, he's in
yeah.
prison.
What was it?
Oh, you didn't know that?
It was child.
Child abuse,
Child abuse,
child
something
child
like that.
sexual
Child
abuse.
Yeah, something like that. He molesting kids, so he was a very weird dude. So I don't know how we ended up over there. Going back to Subway and Belichick, he actually looked very happy for once. He looked like he.
You think he's going to be happy on the commercial though? I think they'll probably play off. His personality.
Belichick is not really known for commercials. So everybody's
Well,
coming out to
obviously
say
he's
like,
not known for-
was it because he's so happy that Brady left the team? Like that's why he's doing the commercial. And it actually blew up. It went viral right away. And
Really?
the commercial is not even out. I'm just saying like pictures and footage of them shooting the commercial blew
I see
up.
what you're saying, okay.
So does it have to do with some Brady?
I don't know. I
Some
think that's
Brady being out of
I think
town?
that's looking way too far. I think Bill's excited though for this year. I could tell you that. I think this is the year he finally wants to prove people, hey, I could win without Brady.
Yeah, I hope
Brady
he does.
was a system
because
guy. Oh,
again,
yeah.
he still needs pieces. We're still gonna go,
We'll see.
go back to the same point. He doesn't have all the pieces to get him to a playoff spot. I don't think he has enough pieces to get you.
We'll
to the playoff
see.
spot.
We don't know. Well, it
Baltimore.
depends on-
He's gonna beat Baltimore.
Hey, Cam
The
looks
Chiefs-
motivated, huh? Cam looks motivated. I mean, I don't know. He's a big, scary
I'm gonna
guy.
hold
I hope
on
he's
to
healthy.
Cam. I want to see how he
Of
does.
course, yeah.
I want to see how
we
he
don't know
does.
how healthy he is,
Right.
but
No. It's not about
Yeah.
health. I'm pretty sure
Well,
he's
it's
healthy.
all about health.
It's
It's all about
I
health,
think he's
actually.
healthy. I don't know how his style is gonna fit in New England. That's my problem. That's my issue with him.
well, Josh McDaniels, offensive coordinator, he's going to find a system. He's going to adapt to Cam's strengths.
Well, that's
I
wishful thinking.
It's not wishful thinking.
I think
not
it
at
is.
all. You have
because he was
guy-
running a completely different offense as
exactly.
of last year.
Josh McDaniels.
Now you get a whole new QB that
Okay.
completely runs.
But he's also one of the smartest offensive minds in the league. He's
I
going
give
to
you-
adapt.
absolutely.
He's going to adapt.
Well,
to
that's
Cam.
what I'm saying. So you're
I
talking
mean-
about adaptation. You gotta find the pieces. And you're talking about Belichick having a good season. You still gotta go through a whole process.
I'm just saying, I think Bills has a chip on his shoulder, and he's really motivated to show
Right.
people, like, hey, that's what I think.
Okay.
That's personally
All
what I
right.
think.
All right, I'll take that. Dak Prescott.
Oh, Decky.
So deadline is today.
Yeah,
4
right?
Eastern.
Like 4?
Four o'clock.
Eastern.
4
Okay.
o'clock.
Okay.
Think he's gonna sign? Think they're gonna go?
Well,
Right
no.
now, they see the Cowboys like running around. You see Jerry Jones like, "Yeah, we're gonna get it done." You think they're gonna they're going to get it done?
No, I mean, they're going to tag Dak. What's the tag at? He's going to make like 31, 32
Yeah,
million
something around
this
there.
year.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a good thing for Dak. I could see it happening again next year where they set the tag where it's going to be, a few mil higher. And then a very similar situation with like Kirk Cousins.
What's the
Washington.
problem here? What do you think is the problem? You think it's Jerry or do you think it's Dak's? Dak's people or Dak in general.
I don't know. I think it's a little bit of combination of both,
Okay.
I think the Cowboys are willing to work with him.
Okay.
I mean, Dak wants to be, he wants to be top 3 paid highest QB in the league.
Does he deserve it?
See, the thing with Dak is his play was pretty good last year, but you also got to remember all the weapons that he does have. They got him Amari Cooper. He has one of the
Right.
best offensive lines in the league. Obviously, you could hand it off to Zeke.
No.
The problem with Dak is he just has
Would you count? See, Zeke was in Mexico for the
it
first how
doesn't
many
matter.
games?
He still had 14,
Came back out of
1,500
shape.
all-purpose
I don't know if
yards.
I'd count Zeke
But
for last.
still, Zeke still had a good year,
Right.
and now he even has more weapons this year. They drafted the first-round wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb, who is a beast.
Right.
I think this year is going to show a lot. Dak has had trouble against, the top 5 teams in the league.
Got it.
He's had trouble beating them. I mean, look at him last week of the year in Philadelphia where they just put up a complete duck and missed the playoffs. I don't know. They're going to tag Dak for this year, my opinion, and I think he's going to get paid next year, though. He's going to have a big year. He has 3 good receivers. From what we know, Zeke's going to come out putting up his normal 1,400 yards.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Dak's going to get paid, though, either way. Either if he gets tagged now or tagged later.
I agree. I hope he gets paid. I hope he signs with the Cowboys. I don't see him with any other team, if that makes any sense.
Oh, yeah.
Because him and Zeke kind of came in about the same year.
They came same time.
Same time, right. So they've been already building around them. I really hope they stay together. Not that I'm a Cowboys fan. I just feel bad for the Cowboys fans. I do.
Why would you feel bad?
Because every year, poor things, they come out and they're like, this is not gonna be our year. This is gonna be our year. This is gonna be our year.
They're very, very out there, though.
They're super out there.
They're very out there.
They're super. But that's we shouldn't punish them for that. They're fans. Liverpool. They were out there for so many years. Finally happened for them. The Cubs fans had to wait over 100 years.
Okay, but
again,
Cub fans were never out there. Never out there.
What you're saying? We never came out and said this is going to be our year.
We were the lovable losers.
We thought we were gonna win with Zambrano as a pitcher.
Well, it was just more optimism. It wasn't look at us, we are great. It's more of, like low key, yeah, we're going to win it. And everyone's like, sure you are. We're like, yeah. Let's get drunk in the bleachers.
Sure you are. Let a pat in the back.
Sure
Keep it walking. Keep it moving.
Hey, we got it though, man. So it doesn't matter.
Yes, we did.
I mean, it's been 4 years, almost 4 years since the Cubs won the World Series, but there's still no pressure. I mean, there was a party back in 2016. We're still living off it.
It was a great party, though.
Yeah,
I agree.
I'm not begging for another one anytime soon.
No, we're not.
If it happens.
Before I move out to the NFL, is there anything else you want to mention? Any big headlines that you saw you want to talk about?
Off the NFL? Not that I know of right now.
Okay.
I know. Sure. What are we? 6 weeks away from the opener?
That's
hopefully,
true.
7 weeks. Hopefully, nothing changes. Hopefully,
fantasy football is coming back, so everything's going to be.
Maybe near the end of August, we're going to start some heavy fantasy segments because I love my fantasy a lot.
We are.
I love it. Love
okay, FYI, there's a lot in the work right now. There's a lot of segments that are going to be in the work. We just need to wrap our minds around it. But trust me, there is a lot behind the scenes. This show doesn't stop when the camera shut down. We actually sit down and we do a lot of work and a lot of homework, and we talk to a lot of people.
I've seen it get heated in here sometimes.
It does. Because trust me, we're trying to give you guys the best, podcast that we could possibly do.
And we got. Next week, MLB starts. 2 weeks, the NBA starts.
Actually, you talked about the MLB. Let me jump in right.
You're not really a baseball guy.
No, I'm not.
It's okay.
No, but that's fine.
That's
fine. We'll adapt.
It's okay.
It's all about adaptation, baby. We're survivors in here.
There you go.
Okay, so I know it's baseball, but I still have a football name for you.
A football name?
Yeah,
okay.
Because you're very familiar with Brian Urlacher.
Ooh.
He's in the news. Have you seen him lately?
I know he has a full head of hair.
Oh, no, not about the full head of hair. Good one, though. So listen to this. I'm happy that you haven't heard about it because I want to get your first impressions.
Okay.
Put the camera on then because that's going to be a good one.
On.
Brian Urlacher, Travis Kelce, DeMarco Murray, J-Lo, Alex Rodriguez. They're all parts of a investor group that are trying that put an offer for the Mets.
Really?
Yep.
For the New York Mets.
For $1.7 billion.
And they're all just going to split it?
Oh, they're part of the investor group. Right. Yeah.
Group. Okay.
Yeah, but it's so interesting that you hear Brian Urlacher, J-Lo, and Rodriguez in like the same sentence. When I saw it, I was like, whoa. I'm like, hey, Brian.
That's some heavy star-studded.
You're bowling, homeboy. All right.
I mean, the thing with... I mean, if I was retired and I had a bunch of money, I would throw money into sports franchise.
For the Mets, right? And the Mets got their fan base.
For whoever.
They got the fan base.
Literally...
And they've been sucking for years.
Sports franchises just keep gaining value each year and each year and each year.
But the problem is someone actually had a higher bid for over $2 billion.
Really? Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay.
So I think they still want it better. They might raise the rest.
Wow.
They might raise the rest but...
How fun would that be to...
Where's my question? Do you want to see J-Lo, Alex Rodriguez? Alex Rodriguez knows his baseball. Let's be very clear. He's had his problems. He paid his dues. But when you hear him talking commentary, he's doing a great job. like you said, I don't know
Yeah, he's
a
doing
lot
a great
about
job,
baseball.
even
I
though I
know
don't like
very
him.
little. But when I hear Alex Rodriguez speak about baseball, when he's doing his thing, he's doing a good job, man. You could feel the passion there,
But, I
and
mean,
he
they're also-
knows it. He knows
He
everything.
knows it, but they're also not going to be really building the roster too much. They're going to hire a guy, hire a GM. who
No,
knows
but I'm
what
pretty
talking
sure
about.
he's gonna give his
he's
insights and
he's going
stuff.
to have his insight for
You know,
sure.
it's
Yeah,
like
of course.
it's like David Beckham. He's trying to do the whole thing in Miami. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Start his team in Miami. You don't think David Beckham is gonna give his 2 cents about? Of course he
Oh,
will.
yeah, of course, yeah.
Absolutely.
No, I agree. Now that the baseball season starts next Thursday, that's only 8 days away. Cubbies open up on next Friday.
So it's gonna be a full-on season like usual,
60 game sprint. It's just 60 games
Got it.
instead of the 162 games.
which I think it will be better. I think the
Just
baseball
a
season
sprint.
is
I
way
think
too
it'll
long.
be fun. I mean,
think it'll be a good
they're
one.
going to be playing in front of. They're going to be playing at their home stadium, in front of empty.
What?
Empty. But actually, did you hear what in
That's
Wrigley?
gonna be weird.
In Wrigley,
That's gonna be
they
weird
can't sell
because it's already. Sometimes I'm talking about sometimes baseball games can get boring, with fans screaming all game long. Imagine with an empty arena.
People are still going to watch it though.
You think so?
What do you mean? I think so. People have been dying for sports.
For NBA,
They've been
for
dying
football,
for sports.
I don't know. Baseball. Baseball doesn't get interested. I feel like till playoff time, but that's just me. I don't
It's
know.
a 60 game sprint. I think people
We'll
have
watch
been
it.
dying.
Okay.
Come on, the last few months I was watching.
Oh yeah. The
I was
right
watching
before,
Bear Grylls
right.
on TV. I was watching Bear Grylls on TV. Come on, man. You don't think people are going to come back and watch baseball? And at Wrigley, they're not selling seats inside the stadium, but the rooftops.
What?
They technically could sell the rooftop seats.
Oh really?
So they're going on sale here within the next few weeks.
How expensive
I
are they
told my
gonna
brother
be?
back
They're
at
gonna
home.
be-
I told my brother back at home to keep an eye out for the tickets because.
I think it'd be super expensive.
Oh yeah, they'll be
super
expensive. That's why I told him to keep an eye out for the
Yeah.
ticket. Just
You
snag
keep
me
it-
one.
Yeah,
snag me
just
one. Once they
get
come
one
on.
more for. It's like a hot dog.
Yeah, you're an engineer. You got some good ones.
All right, that was the biggest one in MLB. We're actually very happy that everything is coming back.
Very
kind of
happy.
normal. I mean,
Kinda. We
Kind
don't
of.
know.
Kind
We don't
of.
know if people are going to finish their season or not. We don't know how it's going to go down.
kind of, yeah.
Kind of.
So let's go to the NBA.
All right, let's go.
Couple fun things happening in the NBA right now.
The
I don't
Blue
know
Ball.
where to start
You're
with,
in the
but I'm
bubble.
gonna start with this. Ben Simmons is going back to play power forward.
Oh wow, is he really?
Yes, he's not going to be a point guard anymore. He came out and even talked about it, and he did like a little statement about it and everything. So he's officially going back to power forward.
Interesting.
Good move, bad move. I think it's a good move, if you ask me. He couldn't get around those threes. He doesn't have a
Well,
shot.
not even three. He just couldn't even shoot a 15
He
footer.
couldn't shoot a lick.
Yeah, that's it.
He can't be a point guard if he can't shoot. I mean, we can give examples like maybe Rondo and stuff, but Rondo can shoot a little bit.
A little bit.
A
yeah.
little bit.
I mean, yeah.
You know what I mean? And
teams were just able to stack the lane, and they were just
He
daring
moved
him
great.
to shoot.
And for a point guard, that gave him a lot of advantages in other places, but you gotta shoot.
What I don't get is you have someone with that. I mean, obviously he was blessed, 6'10", could handle the ball, very athletic.
Mm-hmm.
What, does it not just take a few off seasons to work on your jump shot?
I thought
Even
of
your
that
free
too.
throws?
I
Come
honestly,
on, get in the gym, just hammer out, shoot.
and his coach is telling him to just
How?
shoot,
How?
just shoot.
That's just one player.
His teammates are happy every time he shoots. Shoot.
But it just shows
It's
he
gotta be
doesn't.
more-
It
it's
shows
gotta
he
be-
doesn't practice on it.
No,
doesn't show-
no. I don't think Ben Simmons is the one that doesn't practice. Trust
He
me.
relies a lot on his athletic ability.
He does.
He
I think
relies-
he does. And I think there's a
And
lot
that's how
more
it was
to
his
it.
whole life in the college game. He relied, hey, I'm 6'11", I could
Right.
get around this guy.
Yeah.
I don't need to shoot.
Right.
And now what? He's 3-4 years in the league now, and he's still doing the same garbage. I don't know.
It's
just-
not garbage. I think
not
he's still going to
garbage,
be a
but-
great player. But
Well, he's
a
a
great player, right.
good player.
Right,
I
great.
think he's a good player.
Great.
I wouldn't say great
Are
player.
you kidding me? He's
I
definitely
mean-
one of the guys going to take over the
Okay,
NBA.
but he never made a difference in the playoffs. Look at all those points he had to
So
0, 2,
how many
4,
years is he in the
'cause-
league?
I
Two?
know,
This is his third
but he's
year?
not great
Fourth
yet. Is
year?
what I'm saying. That's
I'm just
all.
saying, like, give him time. Give him time. How many times did it take Jordan for him to start, making it? I mean, when did Jordan start making a difference in
But
the playoffs?
Simmons has the ability to be a top 5 player in the league if he just worked on his jump shot.
Oh, I agree.
So why doesn't he that's all he does in the gym is just work on the jump shot. Seems pretty simple problem.
For us.
Well,
I'm pretty sure it's a lot more than that.
Because we got multiple jobs. He has one job. It's to shoot basketball.
It is more than that. Then
not
Shaq
more
should
than
have been the greatest basketball player ever if he would have just worked on his free throws. I'm just saying.
He was a top 5 basketball player.
Yeah, but he would have been the greatest basketball player ever. He would have been way better than Jordan, way better if he would have just worked on the free throws. Don't you think? I mean, we just say things, but we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Like, is it mentally? Is it? We don't know.
It's not mental.
I think he is because he's actually afraid to shoot the ball. Because even when he shot the ball, I remember last year when he made that 3. He literally like squinted and it took him forever, and then he like went for the shot, and his whole team went like, hooray! So
yep, they erupted.
It's mentally. I think it's a mental thing. I think he's scared of it. I don't know what happened when, in the past, but I think it's something up over here. But let's go on to the next one.
All right.
Westbrook tested positive for COVID.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is it a problem for the Rockets that they're going to be out?
I mean, of course it's a problem for the Rockets. I mean, the season starts in 2 weeks, so you got to test negative twice before you could come back.
Yep.
I mean, obviously it's going to put him out of game shape for the remaining 8 games.
Right.
But hopefully, I mean, you don't know. We don't know how severe it is. I don't know if it's mild. I mean, he said he has mild symptoms. He's already feeling well.
Here's what I'm worried about. I'm worried that for whatever games he's going to miss, that he's going to put, again, a lot on Harden. And then by the time he comes back, I'm worried that Harden, because without Westbrook, Harden has to do it all. He has to pass to himself. He has to shoot at himself. He has to do everything by himself. He has to literally pass. I did not make a mistake. He literally has to pass it to himself.
And he could pass it because they don't call travel on him. So he literally could pass it to himself. It doesn't matter.
So
I swear, that guy, man.
He has
mastered the art of drawing a foul. He has mastered the art. It is insane the amount of free throw he shoots.
Hey,
I don't respect his game at all.
You
don't? No, I do not respect his game.
You don't like Harden's game?
How can you? The Harden, just every time he goes into the lane, he loves that little move where he hooks his arm around the defender and then he goes and flails. He loves that move.
Wow. I didn't know you hated him.
How do you respect someone who just goes to the lane expecting
he's a dog, man.
I'm not denying. I mean, obviously, he averaged, 35, 36 a game? And he could shoot. Yeah, beautiful step back.
Right.
I'm just saying I don't like his game.
Right.
It's all ISO ball. It's very boring. He dribbles for 20 seconds.
Well, the greatest players that you and I like in history had ISO ball. Michael Jordan played ISO ball.
Okay.
Kobe Bryant played ISO ball.
I know, but Harden takes it to an extreme. He takes it to an extreme.
Everybody could have said that Michael Jordan wanted to take it to an extreme, but I don't know. All right, I guess. But do you think it's going to be a problem for the Rockets? Do you think it's going to hurt their chances? I mean, not that they were favorite to begin with, but...
I mean, I don't know how you recover from Corona, so I honestly don't know. Right. Obviously, it's got to deal a lot with stamina.
Here's the thing. It depends how much it affects you, because there's some people who got it and they didn't get any symptoms.
Exactly.
And there's some people who got it and died from it. So
or they were just feeling exhausted for 30 days.
Right, and they were feeling exhausted. So it just depends.
He said he's feeling well already. So, I mean, if it's only a mild case, they have a few regular season games before the playoffs. They should be okay, but who knows who's going to be in NBA game shape? I don't know. I mean, most of these players have been working out at home.
I feel you.
You say you're working out at home. You're working from home.
Russell Westbrook's money. You're working out from home. I mean, don't forget that he is one of the highest paid freaking players in the league. So trust me, he has the court. He has the equipment. Russ is fine.
I'm stoked.
I'm talking when it comes to the workouts. I still hope that his health is okay. I hope his family is doing okay. And all that stuff, that goody stuff.
I can't wait for the NBA to come back.
That's gonna be fun.
I'm very excited.
That's gonna be fun.
I'm very excited.
That in football, believe it or not, I'm excited about football this year too.
Of course, but basketball is gonna.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
coming.
For sure.
It's
coming.
Keep those
it is
crossed.
coming. All right. So what else do we got going today in the NBA? Do you like the? Okay, so give me your top 2 favorite as of right now, because I'm pretty sure you heard Rondo got hurt.
I did. What did he do? He broke a finger,
I think
right?
a finger, yeah.
Yeah, he broke a
Yeah,
finger, which
so-
is very bad timing. Because
Yeah.
Avery Bradley's not coming back for the Lakers either. I thought with Rondo and Bradley, I definitely thought the Lakers, it was going to be Lakers-Bucks. I still want to see that finals matchup. I do want to see LeBron versus Giannis.
Do you think Kawhi has something to say about that?
Of course he does. I mean, I think it's going to be the Clippers and Bucks in the finals. But I do want to see the Lakers versus Bucks. That's just me. That's just me, though. I mean,
you want the Lakers Bucks?
I do.
I don't. I want
Giannis,
Clippers
LeBron.
Bucks.
How great is that?
I want
a little passing of the torch.
No.
It could be a passing of the torch,
No,
Giannis.
no, he passed the damn torch a long time ago. It's time for him to move on. Like,
Did
that's
LeBron
it.
pass the torch? Who did he pass the torch to?
What do you mean? Who did he pass to? Kevin Durant? What? That wasn't a passing of the torch?
No, that was Durant joining the 73-win Warriors.
Oh,
Everyone
Jesus
knows
Christ. He
that.
still
Come
whooped
on.
them? He still whooped them.
Doesn't matter. It's the biggest punk move by a superstar in the history of sports.
Fine. How about passing
In
the
the
torch
history
to
of
Steph
sports.
Curry before Durant even came in? How about that?
Okay. I don't know.
It's like,
Okay.
It's like, I don't know.
I still think LeBron's still the best player in the league.
Who do you think
That's
is going
what
to
I
win
think.
it all, though? Who do you think has a good chance right now? Who's your favorite?
As I said, I'm gonna go Lakers still. I want to see them win. I think they're gonna win. I mean, you know.
Can they go
That's just
50?
me.
Can they go 50-50?
You can't go 50-50.
I can't,
Where
right?
you
You got to go one.
Give me your picks. Give me your picks.
Picks, you know me, Clippers or Bucks, but if I have to go with one, I got to give it to Kawhi again.
Yeah.
I just can't bet against Kawhi.
I mean,
He's a dog. I
He
don't
is a
like.
dog, yeah.
Trust me. I think Giannis is the best player in the NBA. Kawhi is very close second.
I don't think Giannis is the best yet.
I
Not
think
yet.
he is. I think it's not even close. I mean, him and Kawhi, it's not even close to the rest of the pack. I think those two has
It's not even close. I
No.
still have LeBron as the best player in the league.
no,
Yeah.
no man. I mean, LeBron is
No,
great
man.
and all.
Yes, man.
But LeBron is great and all. But LeBron has slowed down. LeBron, when it matters most, he misses free throws in the fourth quarter. LeBron, he's great and stuff, great passing ability, big dude, he can do a lot, but he slowed down. Don't tell me LeBron
not
is
too much. He still was 27, 7, and 7 a game. He's still averaging his still career highs. I don't know. I personally still think LeBron is the best in the league.
Okay.
That's my opinion. I mean, but obviously Kawhi has a lot to say.
And Giannis have a lot to say.
Well,
And some even can say that Harden have a lot to say about that too. I'm just saying. I know you don't like his game, but a lot of people think that Harden...
I think Giannis will be, in a year or two. I mean, Giannis proved in the playoffs last year he still wasn't the best. He showed that when they stacked the lane, and he had a lot of trouble. He had a lot of trouble once it came down to versus Toronto.
You're talking about his first playoffs that matters the most. Yes, you're right.
last year, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Obviously,
I think it was a little bad look for him. I don't. Here's the thing with Giannis: his back is against the wall. In a way, he can't not make it to the finals for another year. You gotta make it to the finals.
I agree,
and that's fine because if you don't make it to the finals, then everybody is gonna start comparing you to a Harden, and you don't want that.
I mean, I don't think Is there really anyone in the East that's strong enough to take down the Bucks? Would you say? I don't see anyone taking. I don't see anyone taking down the Bucks in the East.
You're gonna laugh at me, but Miami, man, they got a dog in them.
Yeah, but they're not ready yet. They're still.
Oh, I agree, but hey, they surprised everyone this year.
They did. They had a few nice rookies come in.
I don't think Boston have a good chance of.
Butler thinks he's a number one, but he's more of a 1B, number 2 type of guy.
Who?
Jimmy Butler.
Oh, Jimmy B.
Yeah, he thinks he's a number one.
I think that's why he fit
he's a number
perfectly in Miami because he is number one.
I think Miami's a year or two away. They're going to be a big player, but I don't think this year.
I like Jimmy Butler's game. I think he's a good player. I think he's a great player. I think he's a dog. And here's one thing I love about Jimmy Butler is that he leads by example. He's not going to ask you to do something that he's not doing.
But there's got to be a reason he keeps switching teams.
No, what reason?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. I'm not there.
Okay, let's talk about that.
There's a reason.
Let's talk about that for a minute. The Bulls have a crappy organization from the start.
Okay, but he also criticized
the players.
Well, he also criticized. He also was one of the reasons Thibodeau got pushed out of town. He criticized because we practiced too hard. So they hire Fred Hoiberg, and now Butler's saying, "No, what? Hoiberg doesn't practice us hard enough. He doesn't practice us hard enough. He's too soft. First, this guy's too hard. He's too soft. So we shipped him out to Minnesota."
And that's the guy who brought him to Minnesota, which was Thibodeau.
Yeah,
Does that make
Thibodeau
any
loved
sense?
him. Yeah, because he was a dog.
So he got him fired out of the Bulls job, and
But
then he
why-
goes to another job, and then he
But
breaks.
why does Butler keep changing situations?
He
Why
doesn't.
does it?
He's being put in bad situations. You gotta understand. Sometimes there is a narrative about you that goes with you. That doesn't mean it's always true. The Bulls were a crappy team forever. They don't want to bring in the right pieces. They don't know how to draft players. They don't know how to bring in the right pieces to a team.
4 teams in how many years? 4 teams in, what, 3 years now?
What are you talking about?
For Jimmy Butler.
No, okay,
So,
fine.
okay.
We're gonna count the Bulls. The Bulls, he played with them
Yeah.
forever. We shouldn't count the Bulls. Then you're gonna say Minnesota, which was a failed situation, and he was in a 1-year contract left when he went to Philly. So when he went to Philly, you already putting him in a messed up situation, okay? Because you're putting him with Embiid, you're putting him with.
It's in a messed up situation. They were a lucky bounce away from making the finals.
Okay, they were a lucky bounce away from making the
Oh,
finals
yeah.
with the wrong coach. You think Brett Brown is the guy to lead those guys?
He's got a great Philly accent, though.
He does, but he does not the
That
right.
East Coast accent is terrific.
He's
I love hearing him
not
talk.
the right coach for the team. He even came out and he said, "There's a lot of times that I was in practices and I was looking around like, what the hell are
Yeah,
we
they
doing?"
had a lot of talent. They had a lot of talent.
Exactly. So who do we gotta blame that on Jimmy Butler too?
I'm just saying, if
And by
if
the way,
it looks like shit, smells like shit.
no,
maybe there's
that's
a
not
good-
true. Because then he goes to Miami. He decides
I'm just
to
kidding.
go.
I love
as-
Jimmy Butler's game.
right.
Though. I really do.
as a free agent, and he goes, I feel like that was the top. Like, if there was shit, like you said, that is the one place he should have not been in.
But I also-
you know why, right?
What?
Why?
what?
Why would it be a bad place to go to be in Miami? I'm talking about, goddamn, the owner of the team was not
Pat
the
Riley?
owner, the GM,
Pat Riley?
Pat Riley. Pat Riley will call you on your shit.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't give two
He's
Fs.
a genius. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you
doesn't.
think if you're Jimmy Butler and you know you have a crappy attitude and a crappy this, you'd go to Miami with Pat Riley? Hell no. Hell no. So I'm just saying.
I think he went to Miami because he knew he'd be the number one there.
You nuts.
He wants to be the number
What if Pat
one.
Riley decides
He
to
wants
bring
to
in
be.
bring
Wants to be.
in?
That's why him and Derrick Rose didn't get along for those years at the Bulls.
No, him and
I
Derrick
watched
Rose didn't get
Butler-
along.
We watched Butler start as a shy rookie for the Bulls.
Him and
who was in the
Derrick
bench
Rose didn't
rotation,
get
and
along
then he
because
came
Derrick
up.
Rose was getting injured all the time, and then Derrick Rose would come back and still be number one when Jimmy Butler was busting his behind. That doesn't make any sense. I'm just saying. Like, I understand.
Jimmy Butler earned everything, but I just think that the success and the greed went straight to his head way too quickly. That's all. But he earned everything. He was a late round draft pick.
All right, let's see
that
what
no
he does
one
with
knew
Miami.
about,
But I
and
think
he earned every cent. He
think
bet
it's
on
good.
himself, which
He
is
did.
good.
Oh, absolutely.
And it paid off. For
It
him.
paid off. Yes.
It paid off for him.
I think Miami was a crappy.
I'm just
not
saying-
Miami. I think Minnesota was a really crappy situation.
There's just a
because
reason
then
he's not meshing with people.
He
It's
went
gotta
in.
be.
Well, he went in with cats. He went in with kids that didn't want to bring their best every day.
We'll see.
So you're talking about a lot of players that had problems in that team. And by the way, let me ask you this: what happened to Minnesota after Jimmy Butler left?
Well, obviously they got worse.
Exactly, much worse. What happened to the players that were there when Jimmy Butler? They got traded. The ones that stay even
Agree.
sucked even more.
We'll
So
see.
can't blame it on Jimmy Butler.
He's going to be the main piece for Miami here in the
Yes,
next few
he is.
years. So let's see if he takes that next step or not.
Yes, he is. Okay, so I got a little. Do you have anything to add, by the way, when it comes to sports stuff, or I think this is a wrap?
Yeah, I think
It's a
I
wrap?
got nothing to add right now.
All right. Well, I got a little announcement to make.
Ooh. Do I know about this announcement?
Yes, you
Tell
do.
me
Yes, you
about
do. We
it.
just talked about it. So the announcement that we're making is that me and Dan are going to be shooting our podcast, our sport podcast, two of us, twice a week, and then me by myself, I will be, having guests like we've been having the last week, bringing in people from different backgrounds,
We got a
different.
fire DJ coming up tomorrow. Huh?
We got a fire DJ coming tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. I was gonna put in the announcements. There you go. So we have some really great announcements coming up, but me and Daniel are gonna start doing the show, the two of us, twice a week, and then I'll be doing it with a couple more guests. So which will be giving you guys more shows weekly.
No, I do bring up something though. You never asked me. I'm about a week in now. How's the beard looking?
It's looking good, actually.
You think it's working? The beard club?
Can we put the camera on then? I need.
We're a week deep right now. 1 week. Is it patchy? It looks a little patchy, you know.
One side is a little patchy, yeah.
So they gave me some oil. I take the oil, I rub it on my face.
It's actually looking good, man.
And I take they give you 2 vitamins.
So are you growing the whole thing? Are we going full on?
We're going to try. It depends how hot it gets. But I'm telling you, I put that oil on my face a few times a day.
He's going to start braiding it, putting little barrettes in it.
He could never get a beard, so.
The first day I got it, I put oil all over my face before I went to sleep. And
I got some oil for you. I never used that.
So I was telling Mariah, I was like, I hope I wake up like, the chia pet where everything just starts to grow. So I ran to the mirror the first morning after putting the vitamins on just to look, and obviously I didn't.
How funny would that have been if
you
walked out looking like Bob Ross?
I put some on my head too,
I was gonna ask.
We believe in miracles.
Yeah, right. Let me see if it works.
I've never had hair, so
if it grows in your head, you gotta let me know.
Oh man,
that's
Beard Club better. I'd better be the main sponsor for Beard Club if that shit grows on my head.
Dan, what if you rubbed it all over your head and stuff, and then you walked out looking like Bob Ross, the painter?
Let's give him a plug. What's this company called?
Beard Club.
All right, so
we don't know if it works yet.
Let me. If you missed the first couple episodes that we talked about it, Dan is trying this new oil on his beard because he could never grow a beard.
I can't grow hair, period.
Okay, so go ahead. You explain it to them.
Basically, you sign up for this monthly membership, right? And they send you vitamins and beard oil. I don't know if that's what
they're
it's
not
called.
paying us for this.
We're not.
Know who we are.
This is an unofficial plug. So.
This is me hoping I could grow hair.
Right.
So I've been putting. So each morning I take 2 vitamins. I rub the oil on my face, a little on the head just for shits and giggles, and I pray. That's my morning routine now.
I love it.
That's my morning routine.
I love it. So it's been working with the beard. I could tell there's a lot more beard for sure.
Next podcast, whenever we do it, I'm
not
shaving.
We'll do a beard check every.
Okay, so we're gonna keep track on it. Cool. All right, this is a wrap. Thank you very much for tuning in, and have a wonderful day. See you soon.
Bye, guys.